It's GameCube Index, and let's see if this really is soccer perfectly. Guys, I need to apologize. Back in episode 35, when we talked about ESPN International Winter Sports 2002, I said that ESPN never had another licensed game on the GameCube. Well, folks, I was unsurprisingly wrong, because this week we're looking at ESPN MLS ExtraTime 2002. In ExtraTime, Konami again takes the reins and brings players every soccer thing they can except for the World Cup due to licensing restrictions. But because this is obviously a game that relies heavily on the Major League Soccer license, the MLS mode is the core of the game, and cups are pushed to the side a bit. Within this mode, players can play through 5 consecutive MLS seasons, as well as handle trades, drafts, and retirements, which helps beef up the sim aspects of the title. Players can also make their own pseudo World Cup with an entire cup mode featuring the generically named International Cup, as well as strictly European, African, American, Asian, and Open Cups, which all feature their own team selections and match rules. One of the more interesting aspects of the game beyond soccer itself is scenario mode. Initially, I thought this would be a lot like event matches in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I was sort of right. This mode tasks you with achieving certain objectives like win a match, score a goal with a certain player, etc. There's 10 different scenarios to accomplish, and it's a fun break from vanilla matches. In addition, there's the usual training mode and the ability to create your own players. Now that that's all out of the way, Mls 2002 feels kind of rigid. The directional controls are still limited to 8 directions rather than full analog control, so moving your characters doesn't feel as natural as it potentially could be. One welcome addition that I enjoyed, however, is the player control options. Finally, we are given the option to choose between manual or semi-automatic controls, meaning we can bounce between controlling everything like FIFA or having a considerable amount of help like Virtua Striker. Graphically, this looks like any other soccer game from 2002. There hasn't been much variety in how all of these soccer games look. Remember that this is the 4th licensed soccer game we've covered thus far, and Mls 2002 doesn't really do much to change that. It's a soccer game, so it looks how you think it does. ExtraTime was not revolutionary for the soccer game genre. In fact, and I say this with confidence this time, it was the one and only MLS ExtraTime title to be released, as after this, MLS licensed their players and teams out to FIFA instead. It's a Konami-developed blip in the increasingly long history of soccer games, and what it did, others did better. That is it for this week's episode of GameCube Index. If you enjoy the videos every week, consider backing us on Patreon. Even $1 a month will do a lot to support the project and help improve the experience. It's entirely up to you. Either way, please continue to show your support by subscribing, sharing, following along on Twitter at GCNdex and at GCNdex.com. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time when I think that we finally check out the sequel to Mystic Pizza in Mystic Heroes.